in just a sec. We'll let our Facebook friends join us. So, are we good to go, Randy?
Okay.
Yes.
It says share the group. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
You're just supposed to click start.
Oh, okay.
3, 2, 1, start.
Okay, we're going then.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Okay. Well, welcome to everybody in Facebook land. So before we get started, there are a couple of 3 things we'd like to go over before we get started. The first thing is, how many of you guys have something that looks like this? Raise your hand if you have something that looks like this. Thank you very much. All right. So what do we want to do? We want to turn them. What do we want to do? Yeah, we want to turn them off or just silence them, right? Put them on silent, put them on vibrate. So we want to turn off our phones for the next 90 minutes. Unless, of course, you want to share with all of your friends, you know, the Facebook live feed that we have going on. That would be great as well. Okay. Now, the second thing is that we are a mastermind. What are we, guys?
Mastermind.
Yeah, we are a mastermind. And who can tell me what a mastermind is? Who knows what a mastermind is? Let's see, show of hands. Anybody? Okay, so who can tell me what a mastermind is? Armando.
When 2 or more minds come together and create harmony. To create another mind in harmony.
Yes, yes. So,
What do you think about that?
there you go. That's perfect. That's perfect. So a mastermind is any time 2 or more minds come together in a spirit of harmony. What's the key word, guys?
Harmony.
Yeah, what does harmony mean? Who knows what harmony means? Who knows? Anybody know? Casey, what's harmony?
I don't have an exact definition, but I'm going to say it's when the vibrational frequencies match and are in sync with each other.
Yes, absolutely. You bet. Like, when you think of music, what does harmonious music mean to you guys? What's it mean? When you say, here's this group, boy, do they ever sing beautiful harmony? What's that mean?
Beautiful sound.
What was it? They sound good together, right? They're vibrational, the vibrations, the energy they're sending out, right, are perfectly synced with each other to create something extraordinary. True. Right? Okay. So when we get together, anytime 2 or more minds come together in a spirit of harmony, a third mind is formed. What does that mean? A third mind is formed. What does it mean?
God.
Well, yeah. Okay, who wants to add something to that? Yes, go ahead.
That the whole is greater than the sum of the parts.
That the whole, exactly. Yeah. Manny, welcome to see you. Oh my God. Okay. The universe has blessed us. Thank you. It's so great to see you. All right, okay, very good. All right. So what we do is we're coming together because a third mind is formed. And this is something called synergy. What's the word, please?
Synergy.
Now, how many of you guys really want to have a lot of happiness and success in your life? Then how many of you believe that there's actually laws that will actually lead the way to make it easier for you to have success? Right? It's kind of like, you know, there's the story about there was an Indian tribe where everybody seemed to always pick on this one young member of the tribe. You know, and all the other kids picked on him because he seemed to be the weakest. And what he said was, he says, I challenge the strongest swimmer in our tribe to a race across the river. I challenge, and if I lose, then you know what? I deserve everything I get. But I believe I can beat the strongest swimmer in the tribe crossing the river, as long as I get to choose who crosses the river from which side. And so they agreed to it, and the weakest guy in the tribe crossed the river twice as fast as the strongest swimmer in the tribe could cross the river in the other direction. Why?
He chose to swim with the current.
He chose to swim with the
Current.
Yeah. Whereas the other person, no matter how strong they were, guess what they were swimming against?
The current.
And they had to expend 10 times more energy to go half as far. True or true?
True.
Guess what all of you guys are doing right now? Do you think you're swimming with the current, or do you think you're swimming against the current?
Against.
What do you think?
Against.
So, how many of you guys would like to reverse course and start swimming with the current? So, what that means is This is a fast way for you to become aware, what's the word?
Aware.
Yeah, of that you are going against the current, and together with the right people, reverse course and start going with the current. You're not going to do that with the mind that's got you swimming against the current. Your mind has only taught you how to what? Swim against the current. If your mind could teach you to swim with the current, would it have by now? Then what's the definition of insanity, guys?
Expecting a different result.
Yeah. How many of you guys want way more happiness, way more success, way more abundance in your life? How many think it would be a million times easier if you were swimming with the current instead of against the current? Raise your hand if you understand what I'm talking about here, right? So synergy, masterminding, this is where you get to play at 100%, right? And you get to share your perspective on things. Because how many of you would agree that every single one of you has a completely different perspective on things than other people? Because of the experiences you've had, because of the people that have raised you, because of what you've seen and what you've heard. True or true?
True.
Nobody's seen and nobody's heard what you've seen and heard. True or true?
True.
So you have things to contribute to our mastermind. True or true?
True.
Okay. And your truth is your truth. It doesn't make it right or wrong or true or false, but your truth is your truth. True or true? True. If your parents abused you and you believe they abused you, is that the truth as far as you're concerned?
Yep.
Yeah. If your parents absolutely encouraged you and really raised you to be happy and successful people, is that a truth in your mind?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, everybody has a different story to tell. True or true? True. Do you have a story to tell? Raise your hand if you have a story to tell. Okay, so in a mastermind, guess who gets to tell their story?
We do.
I do.
Yeah, because you know what? The most profound thing you might hear today may not come from Jeff. It may come from one of you guys sharing your
Story.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you gonna say, Jonathan?
Or you come Thursday night, I have open mic for Toy Story.
Okay, there you go. All right, okay, put a plug in, right? Okay, all right. All right, so everybody gets to participate. So who gets to participate? Everybody gets to participate. The only thing I ask is that we only have one conversation going on in the room at any one time. No sidebar conversations. I have everybody's agreement to that. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Thank you. It's like, are you guys asleep or what? I know it's early in the morning, but it's not that early, right? Okay. Now the third thing is, all of us play roles in our life. How many would agree? We play roles. We play the role of the child, you know, the son or the daughter. Sometimes we play the role of the dad or the mom and the sister and the brother. We play the role of the student or the teacher or the boss or the employee. Do we not play a lot of roles? How many would agree? We play a lot of roles, right? We do play a lot of roles. Now, when it comes to acting, did you know that the top 30 actors in the world make 96% of all the money that's paid in the movie industry? Of all the money that's paid in the industry, the top 30 actors make 96% of it. Now, what do you think makes an actor a great actor, guys? What do you think makes a great actor a great actor?
Being able to play the role.
Being able to play the role. What does that mean to me?
Make it believable.
Yeah, make it believable. You know, they talk about the greatest actors in the world. And they say, like, you know, if they were going to play the role of somebody, and let's say that guy was like 40 pounds overweight, you know what the first thing they did was? What do you think the first thing they did?
Get him down shape.
They put on 40 pounds. Have you ever heard an actor gained a bunch of weight from a movie? Have you ever heard that? Absolutely. Now, not only did they model the physical characteristics, but you know, like Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible movies. Raise your hand if you ever heard of it. They say that when he's making a movie, he gets into that character. And he lives as if he is that character. As if. What's the word?
As if.
Yeah. He lives as if he was this fearless, freaking unbelievable, you know, death-defying, incredible guy. Even when the cameras aren't on him, he's still living that role. Guys understand what I'm talking about? Raise your hand if you understand what I'm talking about. Tobey Maguire, who knows what Tobey Maguire is? He's Mr. Spider-Man, right? When he's making a Spider-Man movie, for if they're filming for 3 months, whether he's on camera or off camera, you know who he is?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, he thinks like Spider-Man, he talks like Spider-Man, he acts as if he is Spider-Man. Yeah. So, can you act as if? Can you? Could you get into that? Okay. Okay, so let me tell you a couple of key words. Who knows this word right here? What is it?
Hustler.
Hustler. What's a hustler?
The magazine.
Yeah, I wasn't where I was headed, but that's all right.
The power of the subconscious mind.
Yeah, what bubbles up first, right? Okay, hustler. Okay, okay. We'll talk about a person that you would describe as a hustler.
Hustler.
What kind of a person would this kind of a person be? A hustler.
Go get it.
Always running.
Is a hustler a go-getter?
Yeah.
How many agree? What's that even mean, a go-getter?
Doing stuff.
Gonna get it.
Looks busy.
He's willing to do whatever it takes.
Okay, so somebody said looks busy. Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Or is busy?
Looks busy.
Okay, so a hustler isn't necessarily busy. They look busy.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Looks busy.
I think it might be a word for that person, but I don't know.
Okay, all right. Okay, what else?
Motivated.
A hustler, right everything, most hustlers are motivated. Yeah, okay, they're motivated. Motivated, especially when we're talking about in the business world, what are they motivated about?
Money.
Success.
Yeah, they're motivated to have money, and right? They're motivated to have success. Okay, what else? What else? When you think of a hustler? Like a salesperson, okay, an introvert or extrovert, or an introvert or extrovert? Extrovert. Yeah, extrovert, okay, extrovert.
He's always on.
Very active.
Okay, very active, always on. Okay, a hustler. Hustler is willing to take a risk taker. Okay, anyone? Okay, so, okay.
That person is always creating opportunities.
Creating
For a
opportunities.
non-hustler wouldn't even see the opportunity.
Okay,
Talking.
creating opportunity.
Talking to everybody.
Talks to everybody.
Networker.
They're a warrior. Boy, does that cover a lot of things, right, guys? Warrior. They're a networker. So,
A deal maker.
yeah, they're a deal maker. I'm gonna put that up here. Yeah, they're always looking to make another deal, right? Okay. Now, let's look at this word here. What's the word?
Learner.
What's the word?
Learner.
Yeah, describe a learner to me.
Attentive.
Us.
Well, us, okay. Us. Okay, right. Us, the 2% club.
Because we're
right?
coming to meetings.
Wow, look at all this stuff we got coming here. Like, unbelievable. Let's give it up for Corey, guys. Wow, look at all this. Okay, well, what are the characteristics that make you a learner? What are the characteristics? How do you know that someone is a learner?
Taking notes.
Okay, taking notes,
Reading.
Asking questions.
They're listeners.
reading, asking questions,
Open-minded.
open-minded,
Attentive.
attentive.
Educating themselves.
Okay, educating themselves, yeah, self-education, yeah,
Listening.
yeah, good listener. Okay, so, and on and on and on, right? Okay. So, what I'd like for you guys to do is for the balance of the time that we're here today, I want for you to act as if you were the world's greatest hustler and you were the world's greatest learner. Alright? You guys understand what I just said? Okay. So, in other words, while you're here for the next 90 minutes, you get to practice being a hustler. What's it like to be a hustler? Imagine if you were a hustler right now. You would be all these things. You'd be a deal maker, a go-getter. I wouldn't say looks busy. I would say, I would say, I wouldn't even say busy, because I don't even like the word busy. What I like is productive. Okay, the go-getters out there being productive. They're making a new lead here. They're making a new business connection there. They're finding a new vendor over here. They're finding some money over there. True or true? True. Yeah, isn't that? Imagine, so for the next 90 minutes, can you act as if you were the world's greatest at figuring out how to make money, at being successful, at being an extrovert, at being very active, at always being on? Now, always being on doesn't necessarily mean 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's impossible to be on 24/7. But certainly, when it's time to be on, if you're relaxing with a bunch of friends and you're going bowling or you're going to the movies or you're going out for dinner, and you can't just kind of like relax. I mean, you know, but when there's times that it's important to really be on, you got to be like at the top of your game. Is that what I'm talking about? Like when you're on stage, if for those 15 minutes or however long you're on stage, man, you've got to be totally on. You can be relaxed, have a drink, kind of joke around with people when you're not on. But when you're on, guess what? And a hustler, guess how often they're meeting with people? A lot. And when they're meeting with people, most of the time they're deal making. And when you're deal making, guess what you got to be? What do you got to be? Yeah. Is there a certain energy level?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you think a hustler vibrates at a different energy level than a regular employee that just kind of goes to work and puts in their time. You got to be thinking a lot more. Is thinking energy like hard work? Raise your hand.
Yes.
The hardest part of getting rich is not the physical work. It's what? It's the thinking work. Raise your hand if you understand what I just said, right? So for the next 90 minutes, I want you to think of yourself as a hustler, as if you are the world's greatest hustler. You know how to meet people, you see opportunities, you know how to make friends with these people, you see how we can make money together, you see how you can leverage that person or how you can help that person. You're constantly hustling and looking for opportunities to add value in other people's lives. Because the more people's lives you add value to, guess what's going to happen in return?
More money you make.
More friends, more success, more money, more happiness. True or true?
True.
Okay, so if you can act as if you're a hustler for 90 minutes, the world's greatest, so what are you acting as?
Hustler.
Yeah, because how many of you guys really want to become financially free? How many want to become financially free quickly? If you're not this, and you're not this, you have no chance. You understand what I just said? Yes. You have to be both. So if you're an introvert that vibrates at a very, very superficial level, the likelihood that over the next 12 to 36 months you're going to become financially free, I can already tell you what it is. You want to take a guess?
0.
Yeah. Now, but if you can get into hustler mode and you can get into learner mode, because the only thing that stops a hustler from becoming financially free is they're so busy working on the next deal, they're not working on a business that they can automate so that the deals happen automatically.
Right.
They're so busy doing all this stuff, they stop realizing that, hey, maybe there's another way that this can all get accomplished, and instead of me putting in 80 hours a week, I only have to put in
4.
4. How many would like that?
Yeah.
Now, do you think that, let me ask you guys something. How many believe in the bottom of your heart that if you really put your mind to it and you found the right system and the right answers within 12 to 36 months, you could be financially free? Raise your hand, believe that. Raise your hand if you think that can't happen. So you have one person says it's not possible. 2 people. You don't believe it's possible. So Oh, you do believe it's possible? Okay, so we have one person who doesn't believe it's possible. And you know
And he's
what?
a smart aleck.
No, you know what? I appreciate people who are honest. How about you guys? I'd much rather have people tell me the truth, whether they know, whether it's what I want to hear or not. Because you know what? Everybody's truth is different, isn't it?
Yes.
Right? And whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, that's your truth. True. So if you believe you can't, is it true for you? Yeah. Should you judge everybody else based on your truth?
No.
No. Okay. How many of you? What I will tell you is this. We're studying this book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, written by who? Yeah. Now, how many of you? None of you guys know T. Harv Eker the way I know T. Harv Eker. I know T. Harv Eker better than you guys know me. You guys understand what I just said?
Yes.
I know the brilliance, the genius of this man. There's 1 in 100 million like Harv. When he retired, the world really lost an incredible business and entrepreneurial business trainer. He could take any one of you and he said, trust me for the next 12 months. Just the next 12 months. Take the exact courses I tell you to take, in the order I tell you to take them, and within 12 months you will be a frickin' unstoppable entrepreneur. You will be this 100% and you will be this 100%. And guess who you're going to be learning from? Him and who else? Well, yeah, but he would bring in the best. Because who do you want to learn from?
Yes.
Who do you want to learn from?
The best.
Yeah. He would bring in the best and say for 5 days, I'm going to bring in the best marketers that are going to show you right now how to get your message out to the most number of people. And 5 days later when you leave, do you think you're the same person you were when you walked in?
No.
You're a transformed person. You didn't even know that you didn't even know. Because how many of you realize you don't even know what you don't even know? See, when I joined Harv, when I joined his company, I didn't even know what I didn't even know. When I saw what we called his quantum program, I saw people that were average, if they were these kinds of people, or if they wanted to become these kinds of people. Hustlers and learners. In other words, when Harv said, hey, I can tell you what to do, but if you don't do it, what difference does it make, right? Right? In fact, that was the reason why all these other gurus, the real estate gurus at the time, like Robert Allen, raise your hand if you ever heard of Robert Allen. Yeah, he was, at one time, he was like the biggest real estate guru in the world. People paid $5,000, $10,000 to go to his 3 and 4 and 5 days seminars on how to get rich in real estate. Raise your hand if you believe that's true. Yeah, that's what he did. You know what he would do with all of his students that paid him all this money? He'd say, go pay Harv to turn you into the person that's going to take all these great ideas that I know work, so you'll do them. It's worth it for you to pay Harv to get your mind right so you can do all these great strategies. Because do you think everybody who paid Robert Allen $5,000 or $10,000, he'd have like 500 people in that room, what percent of them think actually got rich in real estate?
2%.
Yeah, what happened? Because Robert Allen's strategy sucked?
No.
No, why was it that only so few succeed?
People suck.
They're not the right
People suck. People programming sucks. You should understand right now your current programming sucks. And until you're brave enough and smart enough to realize that, first of all, out of all the information that's available out there in the universe that you could know, what percentage of it do you think you actually do know? It's like a pebble it's like one grain of sand in a desert. True. Even in one area. If I was to say to you, of all the knowledge there is today about how to market your business, you know how many different ways there are? How many different ways do you think there are to market your business and yourself? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ways. True. Of all the ways there are to market yourself out there, how many would you know? Do you really, really, really know?
Probably a few.
Okay, do you think there may be marketing systems out there right now that are perfect for you? And if you knew them, you could start using them immediately, and 10 times more people will be knowing about what you got going on. But since you don't know it, you can't possibly do anything. True. Yeah, absolutely. So, just marketing alone, we're not talking about all the information in the universe, we're talking about one little niche. What about sales? The topic of being great in sales. Of all the information that's out there in the planet of becoming incredibly talented and skillful at selling, what percentage of all of that do you think you personally know? Of all the information that's out there, selling systems, training you exactly, and infinitesimal, you could spend all of your time just studying that one little thing, forget about all the other knowledge in the universe. True or true?
Sure.
If you want to become great as a comedian, guess how much time you need to be spending every single day thinking about your content, modeling other people, marketing yourself. I mean, it's a full-time thought. It's a full-time thought process. True or true? True. Okay. So what I'm saying here is, I want for you guys, for the balance of the time that we're here, is I want for you guys to start practicing. What's the word? Practicing. Come on, twice as loud.
Practicing.
Yeah, I want you to practice as if you're the world's greatest hustler and the world's greatest learner. While you're here. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you can practice doing it in here for 90 minutes, where else can you do it?
Out there.
Out there. I mean, where are you going to spend most of your time, in here or out there?
Out there.
Yeah, so when's the best time to practice?
Right now.
How many agree? Now's the best time to practice. Saying now's the best time to practice.
Now's the best time to practice.
Okay, very good. All right, okay, so let me ask you guys something. How many of you guys would love to have a whole lot more money in your life? Can I see show of hands? Awesome. How many would love to have a whole lot more happiness in your life? How many would love to have a whole lot more of both? Thank you. Well, you've come to Tuesday mornings. Thank you so much for your showing up. We have an amazing rest of our time together here together. The first thing I want to do is I always love to acknowledge you guys for showing up. What's the expression, guys? What Alan said. 80% of all success just showing up, right? So what I want you guys to do real quickly is to reach around and pat both your neighbors on the back and say, congratulations for showing up.
Congratulations for showing up, Phil.
Congratulations for showing up, Randy.
Congratulations for showing up. All right, okay, have a seat, guys, have a seat. All right. So real quick. So anytime I do any speaking or any training, I always have 2 rules. How many rules do I have?
2 rules.
Thank you. The first rule is this: don't believe a word I
Say.
Now, why do I always remind you not to believe a word I say?
Coming from your experience.
Yep, I can only come from my experience, and it doesn't make it true, and it doesn't make it false, and it doesn't make it right, and it doesn't make it wrong. It just makes it my experience. But whose experience is important here today?
Mine.
Yeah, your experience is everything, right? So all I can tell you is that the principles and the ideas that we're going to talk about today, and we talk about anytime I'm doing any training, is that these principles and ideas have transformed my life. And they've transformed the lives of thousands and thousands and millions of other people. And if you learn them, and much more importantly, if you actually do them in your life, I believe your life can be transformed too. So how many of you guys want to be open? And the key word is to be
Open.
What's the word, guys?
Open.
Open. Remember, you said you were going to play as if you were the best learner. So the best learner, it plays at 100%, right? This is how we play the game. All right. So how many of you guys want to be open?
Open.
Right? And the key word is
Open.
Thank you. And all these principles, all the ideas, everything we're talking about right now for the next 90 minutes, how many of you want to be open 100%? Okay, you'll actually try them out in your life, yes? Yes. Okay, so a learner tries it out. If it doesn't work for them, you know what? If you don't like it, toss it. If it works for you, keep on doing it. How many are open to that? Great, all right. So as for the second rule, since you're spending your precious time here, how many of you guys want to get the very most out of this morning? Thank you. How many want to learn faster? Excellent. How many want to remember more of what you learned? Terrific. And research indicates the key to that is what?
Participation.
Come on, what's the word?
Participation.
Participation and involvement, absolutely. How many of you guys know to ask a lot of questions? Yeah, questions. What do the questions do?
Hook the mind.
Questions hook the mind, absolutely. Now, sometimes you'll notice I leave the last word off the end of my sentence and your mind just fills in the
Blank.
Yeah, your mind just fills in the blank. Sometimes I ask you to write something down, and sometimes I ask you to repeat it. Now, why would I ask you to repeat something? It ingrains it, absolutely, that's a big reason why. Yes, yes, Janice?
Yeah, what you say makes something of what I say.
Yeah, if I say something, it means one thing, when you say it, it means
Everything.
Yes, how many of you guys want to participate 100%? What's that mean, participate 100%?
Playful out.
Play full out. How many guys want to play full out? Okay, for the rest of this morning while we're here, right? You get to practice playing full out. Do I see no hands? Everybody want to? Anybody not? We're going to find out. And you know what, Randy? Do we have anybody that's online with us? Do we have any folks that have joined us online?
28, for example, Jay Johnson is online.
We miss you, Jay.
Johnny Sanchez,
Okay, yeah, we miss you too, Johnny.
Sonia Ray,
Yeah. Where is everybody? Where is it?
Still a holiday weekend.
I guess so. Right?
Everybody's out having fun.
Go ahead, Randy.
Will Hickson,
Will, greetings, Will.
Adam Corbin,
Okay, Adam, welcome, Adam.
Michelle Congo,
Well, Michelle, I missed the last name.
Mukangru or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't read.
Okay, all right. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you. You know what? I'm going to ask you to play it 100% as well, right? Okay. So this morning, what we're going to be doing for the balance of this morning is we're going to finish Wealth File number 6, and Wealth File number 6 is from the book Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, right? Written by my very, very good friend Harv, and we're going to get to that, and you know, by the time we're done, we're going to see major shifts going on in your life, right? So yeah, hallelujah, right? Okay. So before we do that, you know, I mentioned that I had the chance to really get to know my friend Harv very, very intimately when I was his right-hand man running Peak Potentials Training. And the thing about running Peak Potentials Training and being a close personal friend of Harv is that I have a very, very unique perspective on business training and personal development training that very, very few people have. And so, you know, what we did was we had this unbelievable marketing machine. What did we have? Marketing machine. Yeah, and I basically, this marketing machine produced thousands and thousands of prospects every single week for Harv to present his programs to. Now, is that a good idea? How would you like to have a marketing machine that fills up auditoriums and fills up hotel ballrooms and fills up convention centers for thousands of people every single week, filling up a room? How many think that if you had the skill of filling up a room with a bunch of highly motivated hustlers, that would be a good business model? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So Harv was right. When I was 49 years old back in 2003, Harv had just, and there are no accidents. How many would agree there are no accidents? So I had decided that after 23 years of working in the corporate world, primarily as a business consultant, and most of what I did was I worked with senior level managers and middle level managers, and I would teach them and I would train them on how to improve their systems in whatever area of the business they were in. So if it was in the accounting area, we'd evaluate their accounting systems and see how maybe, you know, because I worked with so many different companies, and some companies had great systems, other companies didn't. So if I just came from a company that had great systems and I went to a company that didn't, very often I could take the great systems that I had learned from company A and say, you know what you guys need to be doing? You need to be doing these things, right? And we wouldn't necessarily say the company A is doing that. We just say, here's how you need to change your systems so you're going to make more, you're going to be more efficient, and your people are going to be more productive, and you're going to make more profits. So if you break a company down to the ridiculous, you can basically take every single department and break down every single job in every single department, and break down every single task in every single department, and figure out, is there a faster, easier, cheaper way to get it done? True or true?
True.
Now, do you think that if a company company isn't constantly going through that process, they don't know about the faster, cheaper, better ways to get things done. Raise your hand if you think that's a problem. Because every year, are things getting faster, cheaper, more effective and efficient? Yeah. So do you think these major companies need consultants like myself who are being constantly trained on what was the hottest, greatest, latest thing? And now we would say, here are best practices. You have a department, you have employees, you have their tasks, and now what we're going to do is we're going to completely look at your business. And I did this for like about 23 years, so I got really good at it. So when Harv and I reconnected in 2003, and I haven't seen him in over 20 years, he was the ultimate marketer. What was he?
Ultimate marketer.
He's a genius marketer. How many of you guys would love to make a lot of money in a short period of time? How many would love to really do that? So again, way up in the air, I want to see, how many of you really don't want to make a lot of money in a short period of time, right? Anybody here that really you don't want to make a lot of money in a short period of time? Everybody does, right? At least financial freedom, right? How many of you guys would, is $20,000 a month of passive income? Are you super rich?
Yeah.
How many of you could figure out how to live on $20,000 a month of passive income? How many believe in 12 to 36 months, if you were taught the right things to do, things you probably don't even know even exist right now, but they're out there, you're just not out there seeking them. Because through the law of attraction, if you were seeking it, would you find it?
Yes.
Raise your hand. Raise your hand and believe that it's not an action you hear this morning. There is knowledge, there's wisdom either from me or from some of you guys that you're here to hear today. It's not an accident that you're here. Raise your hand if you're ready. It's not an accident. It's not an accident if you're watching out there. No accidents, right? The law of attraction is always working. I believe that's true. There's a million things you can be doing with your time right now. Of all the things you could have done, you chose. What's the word?
Chose.
Yes. Not only did you choose to show up, you did show up. True. Okay, so you're here for a reason. How many would agree?
Yeah.
And the reason is that there's certain energy, certain wisdom, certain knowledge that you know you need to get. And you want it, and you believe that if you continue to come to and expose yourself to fresh new ideas, that knowledge and wisdom will come. True. Okay, all right. So none of this stuff is an accident. So I reconnected Harv. Harv is this incredible marketer. Guess what you want to become? Marketer. How many believe you can become an incredible marketer? Raise your hand if you believe marketing is a learnable skill. Yeah, absolutely. You bet. And is there more than one way to market?
Yes.
Yeah. How many ways are there to market?
Unlimited.
Okay, well, you know what? How many ways do you need to become an expert at to get rich?
One.
How many? One. Okay, so now we've taken all the knowledge in the universe and we said, okay, of all the knowledge in the universe, let's focus in on just marketing. Now, of all the things in marketing, let's just focus in on one method of marketing. That's focus. True. And if you learn one method of marketing that worked, would you get rich?
Yes.
Would everybody want your services?
Yes.
Yeah, if you practice, hey, you're marketing to other business owners, I'm telling you, I have a marketing system that guarantees you're going to be talking to more business owners than you know what to do with. Good or good?
True.
If you knew that you were one marketing funnel away from having more business and more customers to talk to, how many of you would be working like hell to find that one funnel? How many of you would, right here, you'd be looking to find that one funnel? You are. You are one funnel away from freedom. True. Okay, now that's not true if you don't believe it's true. Isn't that also true? You can believe whatever you want, right? Everybody's entitled to believe whatever they want to believe, right? But quite honestly, look, here's the thing, guys. And I say this with all my heart. There's 7.3 billion people on the planet. How many people?
7.3 billion.
And the majority of them live in third world countries. Who knows what a third world country is?
No water, no.
We live in probably the most advanced, amazing country in the universe, in the history of mankind, or at least on this planet. Maybe not in the universe, because we don't know what else is out there. But certainly, they say 113 billion human souls have walked this earth. We, living in the United States of America today, are the most fortunate of all of them, even if we're struggling. Did you know that's true? We gotta believe that's true. Compared to most third world countries who are just struggling to have a roof over their head and survive from day to day, we have it fantastic. True or true? We do. You weren't put here on this planet to be put in this position where you're the most fortunate of human beings in the history of mankind, just to waste your frickin' time. You were given a gift. You guys just sound like that? You were given a gift. Most human beings in their entire, in the history of the universe, the history of this planet, have never had the opportunities you have to create wealth, to create abundance, to shift and change the lives of thousands, if not millions of people if you choose to. True or true?
True.
When else in the history of mankind have we had the opportunities that we have today thanks to technology? True or true? You don't even have to have a lot of money to start with, do you? No, you don't. You don't have to have a lot of money. Anyways, Hard was a brilliant marketer. He was brilliant. And I'm going to tell every single one of you that over the next 6, 12, 18, 24 months, if you hone your marketing skills. So what skills? Marketing. Yeah, no matter what business you're in the business of marketing whatever your product or service is. Raise your hand if you understand. What's that mean? What's that mean? What's that mean, Jonathan?
That whatever you do or say, you watch, and basically what you do or say, like you're pushing your product, which is whatever you offer as a business or yourself, whatever you're putting out there, that's what you're marketing about yourself and how people should respect you or view you in certain ways.
Okay, anybody else want to add anything to that?
You're getting paid for it.
And you're getting, well, that's a good thing too. Yes, go ahead, Tim.
That you leverage.
You leverage. What do you mean by that, you leverage?
You leverage your other people, other people's money, technology. You leverage that so that you basically create many of yourself.
Outstanding, Amy.
When I help train salesmen, I keep this very simple to them. I let them know that this is the difference between having your open sign off or your open sign on.
Yeah.
And marketing is simply making sure that everybody knows what it is that you offer and that you're open for business and that you want to solve their problems for profit. So it's being on.
Okay.
Turning yourself on.
Very good. And yes, go ahead.
Are you selling yourself?
Well, is Coke selling themselves?
Who?
You know what you're doing? You're offering a solution to somebody's problem. That's what you're doing.
Oh.
Why would anybody want to do business with someone else unless you had something of value that they wanted? True or true?
True.
Why would you hire a gardener if you didn't want to have a gardener take care of that work instead of you doing it? Are they solving that problem for you? Yeah, if you have a plumbing problem, why do you hire the plumber? Because you have a problem that needs to be solved? Yes? Why would you have a business coach? Because you have a business that's going into the ground and you're frustrated and you're not making any money and you'd rather see the whole situation become your path to freedom. Would it be worth it to invest in a business coach? Really, I think it would be. What problem are you solving and who are you solving it for? That's it. So the secret is to get your message out to as many qualified people as fast as you can and as economically as you can. So you could run a radio ad for a minute and pay $250 for that minute, or get on the show on that same radio station and have them interview you for 30 minutes and not cost you anything. Which is better marketing?
30 minutes.
Yeah. Do you think there are people that say, hey, you know what? Pay me a fee, I'll show you, I'll get you on all these shows. And it's less than the cost of one radio commercial. Would you pay that person?
Yeah.
Are they solving a problem for you?
Yeah.
How many people have problems in your life that you'd like to get solved? Okay, when you pay somebody, you pay them to solve your problem. Yeah, right? That's what you're doing, right? If you're in weight loss, someone has a problem with their weight. You're solving their problem. But you're always in the market of solving their problem. What are you in the business of? Marketing, right? That's what I'm in the business of marketing. Say, I'm in the business of marketing.
I'm in the business of marketing.
Okay, a hustler is always marketing. Always marketing. You're in the business of marketing, right? Yes, remember that. So what percentage of your day, if you're in the business of marketing, should you be spending focused on marketing?
80%.
80%. Now, how many small business owners do you think spend 80% of their time on marketing? What do you think most small business owners spend most of their time on?
Still, none.
Sales.
Okay, you
Operations.
got three choices. Marketing, operations, and production. Okay, so production is actually, here's my product, or here's what I offer, my service, right? So production is providing the product or the service. Operations is administration, the office, the accounting, the finance, the systems, the day-to-day stuff it takes to run the business. Doesn't actually make you any money, it's just operations that need to be taken care of. You guys understand what I'm talking about? Yeah, okay. Customer support, very often customer support. If you have customers, very often do you think they might want to get a hold of you?
Yeah.
You have to have people that are going to be taking care of them when they want to get a hold of you. Raise your hand if you think you have to.
Yeah.
Absolutely, okay. So, you have three choices. Operations, what's the word?
Operations.
Let's try this. Operate. Okay, oh, there's that better. Operations, production, and then marketing/sales. Okay. Okay, so here is, guess what the averages are currently when you do the research? Guess what the averages are?
99% production.
Okay, so,
95
Operations.
okay. 60, 30, 10.
Oh, I'd say that's high.
Wow.
I'd say that 10 is high.
Okay.
The only reason it's as high as you have it is because you put sales next to marketing.
Okay,
Because marketing would be like one. People are crazy. They'll say to them, how much money do you have for marketing? And they'll, with a straight face, tell you what's left over.
yeah.
And it should be the first dollar and
No,
it's the
no
last.
question.
It's crazy.
But this, doing research, because most people get into business, do you think that they're sales and marketing people, or do you think they're technicians? A technician means that they get into they start a business at something that they were already trained in. So if you were trained as an architect, you're going to start an architectural firm. Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. Now, with being an architect, the same thing as running an architectural business. Are the skills to run an architectural business totally different than the skills to become a great architect?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but if you're going to run an architectural system, an architectural business, and you don't know anything about marketing and sales, it doesn't matter how good an architect you are, how many clients you're going to have.
Right.
How many are you going to have? Well, and what do you know about building a business? You don't know anything about building a business. You've been trained your whole life to be an
Architect.
yeah. Well, same thing if you're a lawyer or a doctor or a dentist, they open up these firms, but they're technicians. What are they?
Technicians.
Yeah, guess what you are?
Technician.
How many of you were trained to build a business? If you weren't trained to build a business, the good news is, guess what? There are people out there who have been trained, and guess who you're going to learn from? Who are you going to learn
The
from?
best.
Yes, the trainers.
People who already
Right? Okay, now, here's the way it's supposed to be. 10% for operations, 30% for production, and 60% for marketing and sales. 6 out of every 10 hours that you're awake, what you should be thinking about. 6 out of every 10 hours. 6 out of every $10 that you have in your budget, guess what you need to devote that to? How many of you guys want to make a lot of money in a short period of time? Can I see a show of hands? If you don't think like this, you don't have a chance. You understand what I just said? Raise your hand if you understand what I just said. Say, I understand.
I understand.
Say it again.
I understand.
Neighbor.
I understand.
I
You
understand.
gotta understand this stuff here, guys. You gotta understand this stuff. So Harv was genius at this, right? But all this has to still be done. True or true?
True.
Yeah.
Now, is there a lot that goes on in operations and production?
Yes.
Would you hire somebody else to do it?
Well, guess what Harv did?
Yeah.
Harv hired me. said, don't worry about this, I'll show you what I got going on so you can scale it. So I can what? Yeah, he says, we've got 5 people on our phone lines, we're probably gonna need 25 people on our phone lines, or whatever the numbers were. Right? I mean, we were just scaling like crazy, it was just unbelievable. So, because he was such a genius at this, what was he a genius at, guys?
At marketing.
He was a genius at marketing and sales, because what's the difference real quickly between marketing and sales? Who knows the difference? Randy.
Marketing is gathering the prospects and sales is talking with them and closing.
Yeah, marketing, very good, Randy, actually. Marketing is getting your message out to as many people as possible so that the ones that will be interested are going to be attracted to you. So if I said, hey, if you're a man between the ages of 40 and 55, listen up. Now, if you're not a male between the ages of 40 and 55, are you going to listen up?
No.
No. But if you are you going to listen up?
Yeah.
Yes.
And if I say the people I want to sell to are men between the ages of 40 and 55, do you think I want to make sure right from the get-go I let them know if you're in this group right here, I got something you got to listen to. True. Sure. Absolutely, right? Okay, so, you know what? So the thing is that Harv says, okay, you know what? I'm going to gather 1,200 people every weekend for 3 days. For how long?
3 days.
Okay. Now, these 1,200 people come from all kinds of businesses, all kinds of backgrounds. Some have no money, they're sleeping in their cars. Other people are making $1 million a month. Raise your hand if that's the kinds of people you think are out there. There are all kinds of people, right? Okay. And some of them are learners. How many would agree? And they say, you know what? If I go to Harv's event and I get one good idea, just one, from Harv or any one of his 7 experts that I'm going to be learning from over the next 4 days, and I take one of those ideas and I put it into action, I'll make $100,000. Was it worth my $2,500 to come here and invest my 5 days? Raise your hand if you think so. Okay, you want to become one of those people. You guys understand what I just said? You want to become one of those people. You want to constantly position yourself. First of all, if you're at an event that costs you $2,500, what other kinds of people are you going to meet at that event? Broke people or people that can afford to pay $2,500? Yeah. Don't you want to start surrounding yourself with people that actually have money and they're investing in money, they're improving themselves, they're learning how to become successful in business, they're learning how to become warriors. So Harv is totally genius at marketing and sales. So through our marketing efforts, we could get 1,000 to 1,500 people. This is when I first joined the company. Every weekend in a different city in the United States. Good or good? Yeah. How many of you would like to have 1,000 people that you now get to be center stage for the next 3 days? Now, Harv actually happens to be a genius at creating events so that people learn faster, remember more of what they learn, and have a ton of fun. How many of you guys would like to be in that kind of environment? So for 3 days, you're learning, you're having aha moment after aha moment, your life is being totally transformed. How many of you guys would love to have your life transformed? Your light bulbs start going off and say, holy crap, I had no idea that there was all this knowledge out there that if I just knew it and I did it, would I be swimming upstream? I wouldn't have to swim against current any longer. You guys understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. So he would stand on stage for almost 30 hours over 3 days. Now, after 30 hours of watching Harv, do you think you would get to know him, like him, and trust him? Yes. Raise your hand if you agree. Now, what if he said to you, now what you guys experienced here today was like the tip of the iceberg, just like kindergarten. That's all you got. You're graduating from kindergarten. If you want to graduate with a master's degree and getting rich quickly, you want to take all the rest of my courses. And now, when he said, would it be okay if I shared with you some information about blah, blah, blah program? And he told you that by the time you were done, your wildest dreams could come true for you. Wildest dreams. And for less than 10% of the cost of getting an MBA, you could do it. MBAs now can cost $250,000. He's talking about 20 grand. 20 grand, and you're there. And so he was able to sell from the stage. So not only was he great at marketing, did he position himself as a salesperson or as an expert?
Expert.
Who do people want to do business with, salespeople or experts?
Expert.
Experts they know, like, and trust. Very true. Yeah, by the time he was done, anybody who had any money were buying his programs. Very true.
True.
And I'm telling you, I don't have to, and so what I saw was somebody who he actually walked his talk. And the challenge I had as his head of all of this stuff here and this stuff here, and even scaling and growing this stuff here, was what do you do when there's more business coming in the door every week than you can handle? And now you've got to also be hiring new people, building out new office space. We were 35 employees going to 135 employees. So, I mean, we were going through massive, massive, massive growth. And we had one salesperson basically hired, and he single-handedly was bringing so much business in the front door that we couldn't handle.
Wow.
Really good.
Good.
How would you like to be that person?
Yeah.
I would like to learn from someone like him. So pretty much, I mean, I had the opportunity to observe him and really, really get to know him. Now, Harv said this. He says, I can look at any single person, and if you're willing to promise me you're going to be a hustler, and you're willing to promise me that you're willing to be a learner, and that what a learner means you're coachable. What's it mean? Coachable. What's it mean?
Coachable.
What's being coachable mean?
Open-minded.
It means, yeah, what else besides open mind?
Honor your mentor and do what they tell you to do.
Thank you. Say it twice as loud, please, Casey.
You will honor your mentor and do what they tell you to do.
Yes, right? And that's what he said. He said, if you're willing to hustle, what's the word?
Hustle.
Get out of your comfort zone. By the way, do hustlers have a large comfort zone? Do they? Yes or no? Yeah, they're comfortable being in outrageous situations. They're not afraid to go up to anybody and ask them anything. Sometimes almost to the point of almost like ridiculous, but you know what? It's sometimes as a hustler, it's almost like you have no filter. You don't have to be rude to people, but you know, you can push it. Guys, and raise your hand if you understand what I'm talking about, right? Because really, when it gets right down to it, so when you come into this world, you have unlimited potential. Raise your hand and believe that when you come into this world, you have unlimited potential. Okay? And when you have unlimited potential, what's that mean, unlimited potential? Randy, what's it mean to have unlimited potential?
You're able to do anything. You're not immediately able to do anything, but you have the potential to create anything.
Yeah. How many believe when you were born into this world that you had unlimited potential? Whatever you really chose that you wanted to do in your life, you had the potential to do it. Okay. Now, by the time you're your age, how many at this point consider yourselves adults? Somewhere. So at this point, out of all the potential that you could be operating at what level of your full potential do you think the typical person is operating at today?
1%. 2%.
Most people are operating at 1 to 5%.
Right.
You would agree. How many people do you think are operating way up here?
Level 10.
Level 10. How many people do you think
2%.
are, out of every 100 people, how many people do you think are operating at a level 10?
2.
Out of 0? 0.01. Out of every 1,000 people, let's put it that way then. Out of every 1,000 people, how many of them do you think are truly living up to their unlimited potential? They're fully tapping in. 2 out of 1,000. Amazing. Out of 1,000. Everybody else is somewhere on this spectrum. True or true?
True.
Most of them, where do you think most people are?
Down 10% below.
Okay, like down here, like at level 1? How many think it's like about level 1? Okay, level 1. So level 1, this is their comfort zone. Anything between 0 and 1. Right?
Jeff, in my head, that's what they feel is their full potential, though. That might be what they perceive is their full potential.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. They're so used to living as level 1 people that they're trapped being a level 1 person until they realize, like when I asked all of you guys, how many believe that you do have a full potential? It may be different from everybody else's, but how many believe you personally have a full potential? There's a potential you could reach if you gave it everything you got. True or true?
True. Yeah.
Raise your hand up. Right, so your potential may be different than mine, but you do have a full potential. True or true?
True.
And the question is, how close are you currently coming to reaching your full potential? That's all that matters. Not how close are you coming to reaching my potential. Who gives a shit what my potential is? The only thing that matters in your life is what? Your potential, right? But you don't even know what your potential is, do you? Because you don't even think about it, do you? And you don't. When you become conscious, what's the word?
Conscious.
You begin to realize when you came into this world, you had unlimited potential. Raise your hand if you believe that's true. You had unlimited potential. But by the time you're 5 or 6 years old, society has driven you from way up here, and they've already got you boxed down here. True or true?
True.
It wasn't your fault. You didn't know any better. But isn't it true that within the first 5, 6, 7, 8 years of your life, and by the way it is, because when are all the seeds planted in your life for all of your beliefs?
First 7 years.
Thank you. Exactly. All those seeds became roots. True or true? True. Those are your beliefs. Now, do you think it's possible that a lot of those beliefs were given to you by people who had an agenda of their own, or were ignorant about a lot of things, and they were just giving you a bunch of stuff, and you just took it at face value?
Absolutely.
Yeah. When I say don't believe a word I say, do I constantly remind you? Don't believe a word you say. Don't even believe a thought you think. Because most of them, we call them, when I do warrior training with you, we call them thought farts. What are they?
Thought farts.
Yeah, 90% of all your thoughts that you think are so important and so rational and so logical and so all this stuff, they're nothing more than thought farts. What are they?
Thought farts.
Yeah, if they're a disempowering thought, what is a disempowering thought?
Thought fart.
What does it mean? What does it mean? I agree with you, but what does it mean to have a disempowering thought?
Doubt.
It takes away your power. Give me an example of a disempowering thought.
I can't do this.
Yeah, I can't do this. What's another
It's the way it's
disempowering
always
thought?
been.
What's that?
It's the way it's always been.
It's the way, yeah. What's another disempowering
I
thought?
was born this way.
Yeah, I was born this way. Nothing I can do about it. What else? Life is hard. What else?
It's just the way it's done around here.
Yeah, absolutely. Disempowering thoughts. If you have a disempowering thought, how can that possibly help you in your life?
It can't.
Well, then why would you pay any attention to it?
Creating doubts.
Why would you pay
comfortable.
any attention to a disempowering thought? It can't in any way, shape, or form improve your life. All it can do is it can create doubt. Who said it creates doubt? Absolutely, that's what it does. And now that doubt plays as a little machine inside your head called that little voice. True or true?
True.
Raise your hand and have that little voice inside your head. Yeah, and how often does it talk to you? All day long. So that's why Harv said, before I teach you anything, before you spend all your money with Robert Allen and learn how to get rich in real estate, before you spend all this money with this guy and learn how to get rich in e-commerce, before you spend money with all these people, we got to get you up here into that 2 out of 1,000. Otherwise, you're going to learn what to do like 100 other people, and none of you are going to do it. Because of your programming. Say, because of my programming.
Because of my programming.
How many would agree that there's a lot of work that needs to be done to your program? When's the best time to start working on it?
Right now.
Absolutely, right now, okay? So, if you're going to be one of these 2 in 1,000, if I said there's a formula that if you know the formula, it guarantees you're going to be one of those 2 people in 1,000. Would you want to do it?
Yes.
Raise your hand if you want to do it. Okay, so the reason that I teach warrior is because Harv said, he said, the first thing I got to do is I got to turn you into a warrior. I got to turn you into a what?
Warrior.
Yeah. So what's the definition of a warrior? Who knows the definition?
One who conquers oneself.
One who conquers oneself. One who conquers oneself. Let me hear you say it.
One who conquers oneself.
Now, how can you possibly conquer yourself? How can you conquer yourself?
Going beyond my limited beliefs.
Going beyond your limited beliefs. I like that answer. Okay. Yes, go ahead, Janice.
Well, it's conquering the thoughts and feelings that keep me from getting into the action and results that I want.
Absolutely, you bet. Okay, so in order to conquer yourself, that means there has to be two selves, right?
At least
There's
two.
your true self, way up here. That self that has unlimited potential. Raise your hand if you have that person inside of you. And then way down here, this is the you that your parents and your school teachers and your religious leaders and society trained you to be. You're both. Raise your hand if you understand that. Now, where do you think most people spend most of their life? Up here or down here?
Down there.
Raise your hand if you believe that most people spend most of their time in their false self. They're not even aware, they're not even conscious. What's the word? Conscious. That they have a true self. Raise your hand if you're conscious, you realize you have a true self. You can't change something you're not aware of it. True. Raise your hand if you have it. Raise your hand if that true self, that unlimited potential still exists inside of you right now. Yeah. Maybe you've been sleeping because you haven't really tapped into it. But you know what? Raise your hand if you truly believe it's still there. It's just waiting for you to tap into it. True. Right? Okay. But the problem is, when you're in your false self, do you realize you're in your false self, or does that seem normal?
Seems normal.
Yeah, and anything outside your false self is not normal. But is normal necessarily good?
No.
And just because everybody else is normal, does that mean you should be too?
Nope.
So if in order for you to be a warrior, what's the definition of a warrior again? One who conquers oneself. So where do you need to be living, consciously living? In your true self or your false self? Where do you consciously need to be living?
True self.
When you're living in your true self, you're a warrior. Because now, when that little voice all day long is saying, well, you're not smart enough, you're not quick enough, there are too many things can go wrong, all the disempowering thoughts, when you're in your true self, you know how to say to that little voice, you know what you get to say to it?
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah! You can tell it to go F off, right? But how many believe that learning how to manage and control that little voice is the key to your happiness and success?
Yeah.
Yep. And Harv believed that, and I believe. And Harv said that I can teach you greatness. I can take you from where you are right now, and within 12 to 36 months, you're going to live a life you were too afraid to even dream of. How many would like that? But first, before anything and everything else I teach you, I need to teach you how to become a warrior so that you're consciously all day long, you're living consciously all day long instead of unconsciously all day long. You guys understand the difference? Most people go through their day pretty unconscious. They don't have very much to think about. They say we use about 3% of our thinking capacity. 3%! When you're up here, what percent of your thinking capacity are you using? You're laser locked in and focused on the percent. True. Okay. So Harv says, look, I'm going to write a book. Yes, was it commentary?
We have over 50 people watching online, including Brian Ponciano, Omar Coretta, and Joe Ramirez.
Outstanding. You know, look how many of our regulars at least are showing up. It's better if you're here. We got all the fantastic food and beverages, and the energy is great. Go ahead, Janice.
Well, one of the things that keeps me going forward is the awareness. Awareness is 65%. So being aware of not living down there in the false self, but being aware that there's a true self with unlimited potential
Yes.
is huge.
Huge. And I almost feel, having been now in the business and personal success training arena for over 15 years, that's a long time, that I'm so passionate about you guys going through warrior training. This is just one little nugget out of the 7-week program. One little nugget. Now, is this a little nugget or a big nugget?
Big.
If you can practice being in your true self, being a warrior, and you learn what warrior energy is, you'll never be the same. So Harv said, look, let me train you first to be this person. Is there a certain energy that goes when you're in your true self? Raise your hand if there's a different frequency. Can you change the frequency and vibration of your thoughts?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely, okay. When you're in your true self, you're vibrating at the highest of frequencies. You guys understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It just aligns very, very much with Napoleon Hill's
Yes.
sixth sense and thinking all, because Harv was a big student and is a big student of Napoleon Hill, as am I. Right, Napoleon Hill was one of our first mentors in the whole personal development realm. Both Harv and I began learning about it certainly was, right? So Harv said this, he said, look, we've already begun to talk about this in Wealth Funnel number 6, but let's go to page 91. And in page 91, and we talked about this a little bit, but I really want to make sure that you guys get this. The very first paragraph on the top of page 91. And you know what? Casey, you are always one of the greatest speakers. So please read the first paragraph on the top of 91. Out loud so everybody can hear.
What other traits does a person need to get rich? And even more importantly, stay rich? No doubt there are always exceptions to any rule, but for the most part, who do you have to be to succeed at anything? Try some of these characteristics on for size. Positive, reliable, focused, determined, persistent, hardworking, energetic, good with people, a competent communicator, semi-intelligent, and an expert in at least one area.
Okay, very good, very good. No. So what do you guys think about that list? Let's look at that list. So, okay, he says, try these on for size. Positive. What's positive? What's positive?
Happy.
Happy?
Looking
Okay.
at the good things in every situation.
Yep. Absolutely, you bet. Positive. Because is it easy to be positive when things are going great?
Yeah.
Is it easy to be positive when the shit hits the fan and things aren't going so great? No. Everybody says they're positive until there's real struggles. Then you really see whether they're positive or not. True or true? You know what I find about most people? They say they're positive until shit hits the fan,
Right.
and then they're not so positive anymore.
Right.
What do you think Harv was talking about when he says positive? Positive when things are easy, or positive all the time?
All the time.
Yeah, absolutely. The next one is reliable. How important is it for you to become a reliable person? You know, and one of the things I find from self-employed people and entrepreneurs is they are very unreliable. They are. They say, I'm going to call you at 3, and you gotta call them at 3:15 because they're running late or whatever, and they didn't bother to let you know that they were running late, or they don't show up, or they say they're going to have something to you by 5 o'clock on Friday and they don't have it. Raise your hand and believe that happens all the time. People are not reliable. You have to almost expect it. Raise your hand if you expect it. I expect it. I mean, you know, I hold myself to a different standard. If I say something, I mean it. Don't say it unless you mean it. True or true? True. And we're going to make sure that we haven't done our declarations yet, but I want to make sure we have time at the end to do our declarations. So you've got to be reliable. If you say you're going to be doing a show on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, you've got to be there at 7 o'clock come hell or high water. True or true? You've got to be a reliable person. Focus. Now, how many think focus is the key? One of the keys. You want to see a show of hands? Harv is telling you. He's telling you these are the secrets. Do you think Napoleon Hill also said you have to be focused? Yeah. Raise your hand. He said it. Why is it so important to be focused?
So you're not flailing around, being distracted.
Yeah, absolutely, right? I mean, you know, there's clarity. When you have focus, everything changes, right? How many of you guys, I always use the example, let's say there's a piece of wood out in the desert, It's 120 degrees outside, the sun is blazing hot, true or true? Okay, do you think that happens every summer here in Arizona? Okay, that piece of wood, now, what's the likelihood that that piece of wood, while it's laying out there and the sun is blazing at 120 degrees, what's the likelihood that piece of wood is gonna catch on fire?
Not really.
Very, very
Very, very, very slim. Now suppose we take a magnifying glass, and now we focus the sun's rays through that magnifying glass, so it focuses on one piece of that wood. What's the likelihood that piece of wood is going to start smoldering and start going on catching fire within 5 or 10 minutes?
100%.
100%. Why is it? It could be out there for decades in the same sunlight and never catch fire, and yet with focus, it's on fire in 5 to 10 minutes, maybe even faster. Why? What's the difference?
Focus.
What's the difference, guys?
All the energy goes into one place at one
Yes,
time.
yes. Guess what you need to become really great at?
Focus.
Focus. You can't be involved in 2 or 3 or 4 businesses. You need to be involved in
One.
And you need to put all of your focus, all of your money, all of your attention, everything on that
Marketing.
one. And I know everybody, and everybody's involved in 2, 3, or 4, and guess how many they're really successful at? None of them. Yeah, let's go ahead, Amy.
Yeah, that, what is that quote about jack of all trades and master of none?
Yeah.
Right.
It's so true, right? Okay, so you gotta get focused. Okay, determined. Now, is being determined important?
Yeah.
Why is being determined important?
Because then when something knocks you out, you get back. When something knocks you down, you get back up and go at it again with a different strategy.
Yeah, how many of you guys believe that the path to your success is a nice, easy, straight path? Raise your hand if you think it's gonna be no problems, no obstacles, no
Shoot.
challenges, nothing. It's gonna be a piece of cake.
Shoot.
Right? Right? So if you're not determined, then the first sign of struggle, by the way, is there going to be a first sign of struggle?
Oh, yeah.
A second?
Oh, yeah.
A third?
Yep.
If you're not determined, eventually you're going to say, I'm going to find something else. Sure. And guess what's going to happen when you find something else? Are you
Same
going to
thing.
find the same thing's going to go on there?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's not the path you choose, it's how determined you are to finish it. True.
True.
You think nobody gets, nobody's the overnight success. The person that's the overnight success spent 8 years becoming the overnight success. It's just that's the way it is in life. How many understand what I just said?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're not prepared for that, then you will not be successful in a business of your own. Because it just never goes, it would be great if everything we tried and everything we did worked 100% the first time. True. Yeah, wouldn't it be great if every marketing strategy we ever used worked? True. Okay, so what's the next one?
Competent community.
Okay, well, first of all, we got hard working. What's that mean? Hard working.
Hustler.
You're
Do what it takes to get it done.
and get in there with your
Yeah, you want to roll up your sleeves, get to work 8, 10, 12 hours.
Do what it takes.
Here's the problem. If you're surrounded by people that goof off most of the day and only work 2 or 3 or 4 hours, guess what kind of person you're probably going to be? If you're laser locked in focused and you're putting in 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 20 hours, well maybe not 20 hours, but 8, 10, 12 hours anyway, a day. And you're masterminding, you've got your team around you all day long. Like Scott and I, what we're doing now, right, with Drew. So we're sitting around, we get on the whiteboard, we write down some ideas, we say, well, okay, but who would this be the best for? How would this be a good fit for them? Who's our target market? And we spend hours and hours talking about this stuff, masterminding about it, and after about a month, every single day, 5 days a week, in the same room, writing on the whiteboard, figuring out ideas, do you think we start forming synergies and ideas and stuff that you would have never had otherwise?
Yes.
Yeah, you sure would, man. And especially if I'm a warrior, and Scott's a warrior, Drew's a warrior. If you guys haven't been down to our workplace yet, I want you guys to come on down and set up a time where we can sit down and show you what we got going on. Great energy, right? Totally fantastic energy. But Art came from the old school, I came from the old school. The old school was you rolled up your sleeves, you got to work. True. Right, I'm telling you, how many of you would agree that you are a product of your program? How many would agree? Okay, so when I was a year old, my dad passed away, and my mom had this little clothing store, when she couldn't find a babysitter for me, which was often, she had a crib and a playpen and they were in the back office of the store. So guess what my first memories of life are about?
Working for.
Being at the
Store.
Yeah, how many of you guys grew up in a family where they ran a store? How many hours a day did that running that store take of their life? Was it a little bit of their life or a lot of their life?
A lot, all.
Running a store, if you're a merchant and you're running a little store, it takes up all of your time. It's like all consuming. How many understand what I just said? Okay. So I grew up in my mom's office at the back because my mom ran her own store 6 days a week. The only reason they weren't open on Sundays was the laws back then where stores were closed on Sunday. And on Sunday, we would drive into the store because she would take care of all the paperwork and all the stuff she couldn't get done during the week on Sunday. So I would do whatever I could to help her out. My dad was gone. I was the man of the family. And by the time I was about 12 years old, I pretty much knew more about what it takes to run a retail store than most adults do today. It's a lot of work. A lot of work. And my mom, it was like, she had, like, on my whole life, I never remember her complaining. I never remember her being sick. She had to show up every single day. And get day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. You know what my mother did every single day? She rolled up her sleeves and she went to
Work.
And that's what I watched every single day. That's what I saw every single day. And because she was born and grew up during the Great Depression. So do you think that affected her mindset when it came to money? And how to manage it and how to handle it? Sure, she came from a place of that there was not much. So absolutely, so that's my blueprint. My blueprint was, you roll up your sleeves, you get to work, you don't complain, you don't get sick, you don't find excuses not to show up. You show up time after time after time after time after time. How many of you guys have known me for at least a year? 2 years? 3 years? 4 years? 5 years?
Wow.
6 years? 7 years?
Wow.
8 years? Do I show up every single Tuesday morning?
Yes.
Every single Tuesday morning. Week after week, month after month, year after year.
Unless you're in San Diego.
Unless I'm in San Diego, thank you very much. Exactly, right? But you know what? Because, you guys need this. Not just you guys, everybody needs what's in this book. Everybody needs a huge dosage of it ASAP. They do. They're not warriors. Most people are not warriors. They don't even know they have a true self, or they might know that they have one, but it's been so long since they've thought about it, they forget they have a true self. And they're just on cruise control down here, just in their false self. True. So the 2% club is to get you, and it's true, it's not even 2%, it's like 2.2%, or is it 0.002%, that are up here. Right? And Harv said, and I'm saying the same thing, Harv said, I have a program. It's called the Quantum Program. You follow the Quantum Program, you do what I tell you for the next year, you take this course, and then when you're done with that one, you'll take this course, and when you're done with that one, you'll take this course, and within a year, you will be programmed for massive success. How many of you like that? And he said, you know what? None of that's going to happen until you understand this first. These are your roots. This must be the person you choose to become. You guys understand that?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Now, real quickly, the time you have left, he says, I was told by friends, teachers, media, and the rest of society that rich people were somehow bad, that they were all greedy. Raise your hand if you believe there are people out there that have been taught that there's something bad about rich people, there's something that they must be greedy, right? There's a lot of people out there that absolutely believe that there's something negative about rich people. Raise your hand if you believe that's true. Right? Absolutely, and he said, I believe that. He's saying this, I believe that. He says, until after I sold my business and I moved to San Diego and then moved to this great neighborhood, and my kids were invited over to some of their friends' house for a barbecue, and we were invited to come along, the parents. He says, and when I went there, I expected to see a whole bunch of snobby, rich San Diego people, and nothing could have been further from the truth. These were the nicest, friendliest people that you could ever want to meet or hang around. He said, and what was amazing was each and every single one of them practically was involved in some kind of a charity or some kind of a foundation. And what they would do is one person would announce that he needed to raise money for whatever his cause was, and everybody in the room lined up to write that person a check, with an understanding that when it was their turn to do their fundraising, everybody would support them as well. You guys know what I'm talking about? And what Harv said is he found that the richest people he met also happened to be the nicest, kindest, most generous people that he'd ever met. Raise your hand to believe that's possible. I will tell you that there were 4 years where I ran one of the largest non-profit organizations in the Phoenix area, a United Way funded agency. And I had to go to get donations from people, and I took them out for lunch and sell them on the agency and the services that we were doing. And when it came to fundraising, raising money for our agency, you think I mean, I appreciate the people that wrote me a check for $100, but I really appreciate the guy that wrote me a check for $1 million. Takes a lot of $100 checks to equal $1 million, right? And at the end of the day, you might have 1,000 contributors, of which almost all the money comes from 3. Everybody writes this, check for $36 or $100 or $200, but this guy writes a check for $250,000, this guy writes a check for $1 million, and this guy wrote a check for 3. All right, what do we mean? This is how it is, right? This is how it is, yes, absolutely. So the thing you need to understand is that if you, in any way, shape, or form, resent, what's the word? Resent. What's the word?
Resent.
Yeah, if you resent rich people, then you know what, there's virtually no chance you're ever going to be one. How many would agree? Okay. So, but if you admire, what's the word? Admire. Yeah, if you admire rich and successful people, now you're gonna remove those mental blocks from stopping you in the future. This is so important because until you remove those mental blocks, you'll always unconsciously find a reason that you do not want to be rich, even though you say, why would I not want to be rich? Well, if you don't want to be thought of as a greedy person, that's why you don't want to be rich. And guess what? You don't even think about the fact you don't want to be thought of as a greedy person. True or true?
True.
So you have to begin, and Harv calls it the Huna philosophy, bless that which you want, right? Bless that which you want. So if you want like a happy family, then if you see a family out there and you can see a happy family, happy mom, happy dad, happy kids, bless them and bless their family. If you see somebody who has a successful business, bless them and bless their business. Bless what it is you want. That's the Huna philosophy. What's it called?
Huna philosophy.
Yeah, the Huna philosophy. Now, in the last little bit of time we have left, we want to go through the declarations. Now, does everybody have the declarations? Raise your hand if you have declarations. Raise your hand if you need declarations. Okay, so you know what? Where's the sign-in sheet?
It's
We
right
have it
going
here.
around.
Okay, so right underneath the sign-in sheet, there are a whole bunch of declarations. Like there's like page 3 or page 4, you'll see a whole bunch of declarations. And would you do me and pull those out there and hand them out so everybody has one? Thank you, Amy. So who knows what a declaration is, guys?
I do.
Casey, what's a declaration?
It's
Raise your hand if you need the declarations. Okay, very good. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Casey.
It's okay. A declaration is my affirmation of setting an intention out to myself and the universe. So I'm putting that vibrational frequency out so that I can get it back.
Outstanding. Absolutely. Absolutely. And were you going to say something, Denise? Yes, go ahead. Oh, you need, okay. So the thing to remember is that when we say our declarations, not only are we saying them out into the universe for the universe to hear, but we're actually sending a message directly to our subconscious mind. Because guess who's listening to everything we're saying? Who's listening to everything we're saying, guys?
We are.
Our subconscious mind, it's listening to everything we're saying. So we want to make sure that our subconscious mind is hearing everything that we're saying. And these declarations, we definitely want to feed these ideas into our mind. And we want to say them out loud with emotion. How do we want to say them? Out loud with emotion. Okay, so let's wrap it up. I want everybody to stand up on the count of 3 with some emotion. 1, 2, 3. Okay, put your hand on your heart. And here we go. I commit to my personal development. Whatever I do it 100% or not at all. How I do anything is how I do everything. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. I choose financial freedom and the lifestyle it provides. My goal is to create passive income streams. I want to master the skills and mindset of business. I will never quit until I succeed. I have a millionaire mind. Turn to both your neighbors, give them a high five, say, you have a millionaire mind. All right, have a seat, guys. Have a seat. All right, have a seat. Okay, first of all, thanks to everybody who is on Facebook joining us. If you live here in Phoenix, it's one thing to watch us. It's a whole different thing to be here in the energy, to feel the vibration, feel the energy. Thank you so much for watching. To all of you guys, thank you again. Namaste. Thank you very much. All right, Randy, thank you as well. Let's give it up for Randy.